fake. Be who you wanna be, cause what makes you unique is your identity. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's your identity. It's your identity. Yeah. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's your identity. It's your identity. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's your identity. It's your identity. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's what makes up you and me. It's your identity. It's your identity.
Hello, hello. We are waiting for Dr. Dukes. She is backstage. She'll be with us in just a minute, but I wanted to let you all know, first of all, thank you for joining us. It's going to be a good program tonight. You know, the holidays are coming up and we love to eat. I love to eat. Food is my love language. However, our relationship with our food is not much different from any relationship we have, whether it's a friendship or a relationship with our children, with our pet, with coworkers. We want food to benefit us. We want food, the food we eat, the choices that we make. We want our bodies to benefit from it. We don't want to tear down our bodies, just like a relationship. And also the current issue of the Other Woman magazine, Don't Judge Her Journey. Yes, 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 it will be available to download tomorrow. The digital will be available tomorrow to download. And a special thank you to those who submitted articles. And God bless my contributing writers. Where would I be without you? You come through every time for every issue. I want to say for those who advertise with the Other Woman magazine, with the digital, if someone purchases the digital format and they see an ad, they see your website, they can click, just tap on that link and it'll go directly to your website. So, as in the case with Dr. Dukes, who advertises with the Other Woman magazine, welcome, Dr. Dukes. She has an ad in the Other Woman and her website, Naturally Organic Use, there. You can just click on it in the digital and it'll take you directly to her website. So that's a benefit for advertisers. So thank you. I'm not going to name you all because I know I will probably forget one off the top of my head right now. But tomorrow morning, you will be able to upload, or is it download, whichever one it is. View the Other Woman magazine on digital, and the print will soon to follow. So thank you for joining us for Dr. Duke Speaks. We are talking about our relationship with food. And Denise, I've already shared with them how a relationship with food is not much different with the relationship that we have with a family member, a friend, a spouse, whatever. We want it to be a positive experience. We want to benefit from it. We want to grow from it. We want to have a positive experience. But when it comes to food, that's like our weakness. Woo! Hard to say no.
It's a hard one these days, and it's so much more difficult because of the times that we're living in. Unfortunately, you know, from the times that we grew up as children and our parents and our grandparents. So, you know, the things that are more readily available to us today are just basically destroying us, from the inside
Mhm.
out. And I apologize for being a little late, but I attended a conference with Dr. Gundry and some other doctors, medical doctors as well. And I'm always learning because I could never, understand this stuff and, all of it, the whole scope of it and how it's affecting our bodies. But what I learned today and in the last month that I've been attending these conferences is that we're 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 the critical point. And
Mhm.
the things I'm going to share with you tonight are going to be um, kind of eye opener, and they're going to be devastating for a lot of people because they're things that even I thought were healthy, healthy for us to be eating, and found out that these so-called healthy foods that we've been taught that are good for us, and we should be going more plant-based and things like that. I'm the first to say I don't know everything, and because I don't, I study. I'm constantly researching and developing for you guys because I want to be able to give you guys up to date information, resources, credible information, and based on medical scientific data that's been done by not just myself and other holistic doctors, but medical doctors who are kind of crossing over the line to the holistic field as well. And they're looking at things and how it's affecting our bodies. And they're just kind of tired of pushing pills and not seeing the results. So, like they said in the seminar this past week, that um, medical doctors basically treat diseases, you know,
Right.
they
Right.
treat diseases. And so they're not there to treat the actual um, cure anything. They're
Uh-huh.
just there to treat the diseases. So we all know that has been, one of our main concerns, and I think a lot of you that may be on this live stream already kind of know about that. But
Mhm.
at the same time, before we get started, because we always forget to do this, I am going to be giving away some of my bioplant minerals, two giveaways. And one is going to be the bioplant minerals, which is the bladderwrack sea moss, the sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root combination. It's very well known to provide vital iodine and minerals that our bodies need. And I'll explain why this is so important as we move along in the conversation tonight. And
That's one that I take, and I
yes,
have to, that's
yes, ma'am. So the other thing that I'm going to give away to a second winner is the Plant Proteins Complete. Now, this is another biggie. Plant Proteins Complete. All right. So, and this is very important that we get our proteins from a natural source and the right types of proteins. And I'm going to explain that as well. So,
so
what
if you
you have
guys are watching, share this with someone. These are going to
tag
be
five
free.
people, tag five people to join the live right now. Go ahead and tag five people. If they get on, they get on. If they don't, they don't. But tag five people to join, the other woman live stream right now. Tag them. And
For a
those
chance
people,
to win her product.
yes. And
Yes.
so the people that tag the five people, their names will go into a little bowl that Lavinda has around there. She'll write their names down because she can see them from her end. And then we'll have a drawing for those two very powerful
They
herbal
are.
and food supplements that will
They,
help you tremendously. I promise you. And
Denise, I wasn't aware of how important minerals were. You
mhm,
know, my mother has taken minerals for years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was just recently. I've always thought, let your food be your medicine, which it
Yes, yes,
can. But
yes.
just like we learned in the conference, I do a lot of reading and research on my own. And I'm finding out that foods that I thought were the healthy foods were not, I mean, they were hybrids. And I'm thinking, okay, okay. So tonight is definitely informative. So you guys, please share. There are so many of us who want to eat right, want to eat healthy, but it
Mhm.
seems like things are always changing. Okay, eggs were good for you, then they weren't good for you, then they're good for you. Things are always changing. So what I love about Dr. Dukes is that she's always continuing her education on holistic health and wellness to share and her products. So with the holidays coming up, Denise, nobody really wants to hear what you have to say right now.
I know,
You
I
know,
know, I know.
we
Just
want to eat. We want some good old food, but there are ways that we can still have good food. Now,
yeah.
that's one thing. I'm not gonna eat anything bland, but there
Mm-hmm.
are ways that good, healthy food can taste delicious. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be nasty. And I think that's where the relationship, are we eating to live? Or are we, as I have been for so many years, I live to eat. I just
Yeah.
want to eat. That's my love language. Feed me.
Well, it's always been our love language, our tradition, especially, I mean, traditions as families in this world, it's been food centric. Everything is centered around food. The family get
Yes.
togethers, the holidays, you know, um,
Church
funerals,
functions.
weddings, whatever. It's
Yes.
been centered around food, and
Food.
it's a way of expressing love. And people who love to cook, whether men or women, they want to see you eat their food, and we love
Right.
to eat their
Eat their
food.
food. Yes.
So, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just understanding, what foods are, going to heal us, and what foods are going to, eventually kill us,
Right.
if we're not done in a moderation, so
Right.
to speak. So, what I have come to understand, um, is one of our main things that our bodies are missing. And I have a lot of women that come to me with thyroid problems, whether hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, or no
Mm-hmm.
thyroid. And
Mm-hmm.
what I found in the conference was it was a yes for me, because this is something I've been pushing for people so long, and Dr. Sabi and other holistic doctors. It's about the bioplant minerals, the sea moss, the bladderwrack, and so that is a very potent source of not only just minerals, but iodine. The body needs iodine. And if it doesn't get the proper amount of iodine, then your healthy cells are going to mutate, and they can cause problems in the body and cause cancerous. They'll turn into cancerous cells. They split up, and they turn into cancerous cells. So cells that are damaged. So iodine is very, very, very important. And so we want to do it on a healthy level. We don't want to just take, you know, um, iodine supplements, just pure iodine, but we want to get it from our foods. I believe we should get everything from our food sources. If we
Mm-hmm.
can get it naturally through the foods that we eat, honestly, we can't get enough iodine that our bodies need. And I found out it is like that thyroid is like the hormone, it's a hormone, and it produces a hormone that governs the whole body. So I was like, wow, I
Right.
did not
Right.
know how important the thyroid was to the
So
body. And
if it goes untreated, it begins to affect some organs in your body.
oh,
Yeah.
yes, it affects everything in the body, from
Mm-hmm.
lupus to fibromyalgia to cancer to, dementia to neurological problems to kidney failure to liver cancer. I mean, all types of cancer. Everything is governed by the thyroid. And I was like, wow, this was something that I knew, but I didn't know. I just didn't know the importance of it. And so iodine, and the doctors were telling, Dr. Burton is one of the doctors that I was listening to at the conference, and he was just saying how even if people that didn't have a thyroid had it removed, they still need to take iodine because that is so important. And people that were hyperthyroidism, they, still needed to take iodine, and hypothyroidism. So it's no ways around it. And any type of seaweed, and like Asian, Asian cultures, they are very high in iodine because they eat a lot of seaweed. And
Right.
seaweed is very high in iodine. So they have a less cancer rate in
Mhm.
their country, in their countries, is because they eat a lot of seaweed. And
Mhm.
I knew that, but I did not know why. But it is the seaweed that does it. And so bladderwrack and sea moss is a natural seaweed, that we that helps to provide the body with essential iodine, but also other 102 other trace minerals that our bodies need on a daily basis. So,
Right.
that is just so important. So I'm gonna
As a
just,
witness to that, as a witness to the seaweed, I mean to the sea moss and the bladderwrack, which I take your minerals, one of your giveaways tonight. I didn't know. Now I've always had the hyperthyroid, and I was on medicine for it. It
Mhm.
was a low dosage, but I'm trying to slowly get off my high blood pressure medicine, and I've already stopped taking the thyroid. I
Praise
said, you know
God.
what,
Yeah,
I have to do it, and I want to know what it feels like to live in a healthy body without
yeah.
prescription
Western
medicine.
medication.
But
Yeah.
one thing that I didn't know I had, Denise, it was
Mhm.
the restless leg syndrome. I
Yes.
would get in the bed at night and I would just feel my leg like I just couldn't get comfortable. I
Hmm.
thought thinking that I needed to change positions, but when I started to take the minerals,
Yes.
I realized like it was like weeks later, and I was thinking, I haven't felt that in my legs. It's
Hmm.
just not there anymore. It's
Yeah.
the minerals,
The
you
minerals.
know.
The
So
minerals.
it's not like I am pushing your product. I'm
I know.
pushing minerals.
I
You
know.
know what I'm saying?
Yes,
But it
ma'am.
helps when you know where you're getting those minerals from.
From.
Because you go into a health food store and it's just packed the shelves. Where do you start?
Where do you
Where do you
start?
start?
Yeah.
So,
I have people that have come, to me, and they, I've heard people say, "Oh, you know, I order mine from Etsy or whatever," and they do the gel form, and you know, and the reason why I developed, my own formulas is because I wanted to know the source. I want
mhm,
to know where I'm getting the plants from, the herbs from, and then on top of that, I want a lab that does in-house testing, third-party testing. We have the certificate of analysis showing the amounts of heavy metals that are, that are in the that are in the products are not in the products. Basically, ours cannot have any trace minerals. I mean, any heavy metals,
right.
and listeria or E. coli or hepatitis. Those are very common, and so you have to be very careful, especially when you're getting the gels. Know your source, because a lot of these people make these gels. I see now the elderberry, the mango flavor of sea moss, and all these beautiful flavors of sea
Yeah,
moss. But you have to
yeah,
realize where are they making these in their kitchens, and are their kitchens FDA approved? Are they sanitary? you
And
know.
how far from the actual sea moss to get the flavors? You know,
Yeah.
how far from the actual sea moss are you getting to
And
bring all of this other stuff in it? I want to get to Miss Isolina's statement, you know, but before we go there, how do you even begin to switch, um, Denise, if someone has just been eating what they wanted to eat all of their lives? They don't
mhm,
know anything about healthy eating or the choices or where to start. All they know is that they don't feel good. So they
mhm.
hear things on TV, you know, how you can feel better, exercise, do this, do that. What would you recommend to someone who's just beginning to be knowledgeable and want to make some lifestyle changes? Share what you would. Now, we want to say Dr. Dukes, is not a physician. She is
No,
not a
no, I'm
physician,
not a medical physician.
not a medical physician. Your background, share your background, then answer that question. Then we're going to go to Miss Isolina's statement.
Okay. I am a holistic practitioner and a holistic life counselor. So that means that I have been studying natural herbs and foods for over 37 years. I started my studies with Dr. Sabi in LA. That's where I was introduced to it. And Jack LaLanne, can believe it or not, him and his wife used to juice a lot when I worked for them as an aerobics instructor in LA when I lived in LA. And I was introduced to juicing. And they were just so strong and so vibrant. And at that point, they were probably in their 50s, maybe. And I was teaching like 4 dance classes, 4 aerobic classes a day, working with them. And so they taught me about the juicing, and it really gave me that energy my body needed. And so then I met Dr. Sabi and I learned about the alkaline lifestyle. And I see the young lady that was just on, she was talking about she changed to um, Miss Taylor had changed to a vegan alkaline um, lifestyle. I don't like to use the word diet because the word die is in it. So we don't want to die. We want to live. So we're going to adopt a lifestyle, a lifestyle. So
Okay.
we know all about, and congratulations, Isolina Davis Taylor, my sister queen. Congratulations, down from 22 to size 16. Amazing. Let's give you a round of applause for that because that is a major
Yes,
feat. And
yes.
she's off all her meds. I tell people all the time, if you just change your lifestyle, to more plant-based, and then your body will heal itself. And it's not going to happen overnight.
Overnight. Right.
It takes, because natural foods, you know, um, and supplements take time to actually reverse the damages that are done in the body through,
Right.
through synthetic foods and processed foods and medications and things like that.
And it
So
works from a cellular level. So that's
yeah,
going to
it
take
works
a
on, yeah, the
while.
intracellular level. It has to go down to the mitochondria part of the cell and start working from the inside of the cell to the outside of the cell. So it doesn't just go in there and just say woof, it's done. So it takes, I always tell people 90 days. Give me 90 days to reverse, help you to reverse any dis-ease in the body. I don't call it a disease. I call it a dis-ease because your body
Ease.
is at dis-ease. So therefore, your body is having symptoms because it is not getting the proper vitamins and minerals that it needs on a daily basis. And there are numerous reasons for this. And this is what I'm going to share with you tonight. You know, there are a lot of people out there. We already know that the fast foods and the processed foods, which are processed foods, we know that milk is really bad for us. We've heard about all the dairy, and how it can cause excess mucus in the body. And then a lot of the foods that are out there, acidic foods that cause the body to be more acidosis, as opposed to eating more foods that are alkaline based, like Miss Taylor. And so, but one thing I found out through my conference all week is that there is a problem with lectins. Lectins. If you've heard of lectins, how many of you raise your hand if anybody will say, yes, I've heard about lectins? Just put in the comment box, yes, I've heard about lectins. Lectins. If you've heard about lectins. Okay. Now, what are lectins? Lectins are basically proteins that bind to carbohydrates in the body. The same features are that lectins use to defend plants in nature may cause problems in humans, in our human digestive system. So they resist being broken down in the gut. And I always say life and death begins in the gut, because 70% of our immune system is in our gut. And so I love to smile, but I'm going to really be a little more serious with you guys on this, because I have a lot of clients that call me on a regular basis. I'm having more and more people calling me with all types of issues, and it's all leading to gut issues, gut health, because there's a direct connection from our brain to our gut. And then so when you've heard of leaky gut and things like that. So when you have these lectins that are hard to break down in the gut, it causes a very instability and acidic environment in the gut. And this so lectin producing plants, what they are is when God created these beautiful plants on the planet, certain plants wanted to protect themselves from certain environmental say species, so certain animals from eating them, and we're animals from eating them.
Right.
So they produce these lectins, which are, like I said, proteins that cause you to fall ill. Some animals, when they eat too many lectins, honestly would just die. They will kill you immediately, because it's toxic to the body. Lectins are very high. Lectins are toxic to the body. We all know that, we eat too many certain beans and things like that, or heavy grains, that we have excess bloating. If you notice a bloating in your stomach, after you've eaten certain foods,
Right.
dairy, whatever it is, you have this gas and bloating that's uncomfortable, not only just appeasing to the eye, where your stomach is just bloated, and then the food combination, it's just been taught wrong to us, where we eat starches, and then we eat the which are the potatoes and the rice, along with the meats, and the vegetables and the things of that nature. That is a terrible combination to combine, and it causes that excess bloating and gas in the stomach, because a lot of the beans and different grains cannot be broken down. And honestly, I found out one of my favorite foods that I was eating, but I am stopping at this time, very day, oatmeal. I thought oatmeal was like so healthy, does a body good, does a heart good, heart healthy oatmeal. But oatmeal is a high dose of lectins in it.
Oh,
And
Denise.
I know I hated to bring you guys this bad news, but I'm going to tell you some things that lectins can do, and if I'm just going to call out a couple of things.
What about steel oats?
It
What
doesn't
part
matter.
understand?
It's high
Okay.
in lectins. It's the oats,
Okay.
the wheat, the barley. All of that stuff is not good for us. And what they do is, the lectins, they have like little spikes on them, and the mucosal lining of the intestinal wall, our intestines are like so long in our system, it comes all the way up and goes all the way down, and
Yeah.
it can
Yeah.
stretch. If you stretch it out, it stretches like the length of a tennis court, and so, but it's so thin, it's only one cell thick, It's only one cell, the mucosal lining of the intestinal tract. And God designed it that way because that is how, when the foods that we eat and they go through the digestive process and they make it to the gut, make it to the intestinal tract, those vitamins and minerals are broken down, and then they're disseminated out through the mucosal lining into the bloodstream, in which they go into the different organs that need the vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, the proteins, the da 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 da, all the stuff that each organ needs. And certain organs need more foods than other, magnesium, potassium. So the mucosal lining is thin for that purpose, so that so that's where the foods are actually disseminated from. The nutrients, I'll put it like that, are disseminated from the colon. What happens is when you eat these lectins, and I'm going to name you, I have on my list on my naturalorganicu.com. There is Dr. Duke's Holistic Guide. There's a list of all of these foods, and I'm going to tell you about the foods that are high in lectin, foods that are free from lectin that you should be including. But if you have any of these ailments or diseases in the body, then you might want to look at your consumption of lectins, because it is a very growing problem, and it is causing so many problems in our society. So we know acne is one of them, age spots, skin markings, allergies. If you're having really bad with allergies, you're probably having too many lectins in your diet, into your lifestyle. Alopecia, we talked about that on one of your other shows, Lavinda. Alopecia is caused by a consumption of lectins. Anemia, arthritis, who is not, I'm trying to say, who is not suffering from joint pain, arthritis these days?
Right.
And asthma, autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and Crohn's disease. Also, bone loss includes an osteopenia and osteoporosis. So, brain fog, cancer, chronic fatigue syndrome, chronic pain syndrome, colon polyps, cramps, tingling, and numbness, cranial dementia, depression, diabetes, pre-diabetes, insulin resistant. All of these are stemming from lectins.
Okay, Denise, for those who are just joining us, lectins can be found in lentils, beans, peas.
I'm gonna name.
You're gonna name them? Okay, name them, because
and someone just asked the question, can you eat nuts? Do they have lectins? Peanuts, no. Peanuts have lectins, high in lectins. Okay, cashews, high in lectins. We want to do walnuts, pecans, almonds, but peanuts, no. It is a bean. Peanuts are a bean, not a nut. Okay, and I've always known that. People just, I don't know how many of you out there know that peanut is a bean. So, but it's very high in lectins, and cashews also are very high in lectins. So, everything else other ones I named, pistachio and things like that are really good for you. But fibromyalgia, if you have fat in the stool, gut problems, bloating, flagellants, pain, constipation, diarrhea, headaches, heart disease, high blood pressure, infertility.
Okay, you know what? I'm getting a headache just listening. You know what, Denise?
Skin rashes.
I'm still thinking about eczema, however you want to say it. I'm still thinking about the oatmeal. Now, my parents eat oatmeal a lot. I eat oatmeal a lot, but I've been trying to pull back because I did hear about the lectins in oatmeal. Okay, so Rosie was saying, well, tell me what I can eat, because we were somewhere that's my mother. We were somewhere And I said, Mom, I don't eat grits anymore. I don't eat, I try to stay away from dairy, just a lot of things, even spinach. I'm eating more collards now than spinach, and thinking, okay, if it doesn't have a seed, fruit, if it doesn't have a seed, where did it come from? Where did it
Mhm.
come from? So let's go to the list. I'm serious. If they are listening to you like I'm listening to you, let me share the positive now. Share what I can eat to help me try to turn it around, because it sounds like everything we're eating and have
It's
been
wrong.
eating is wrong.
It is. It is.
So
And
give us the 5 things we can't eat, because it sounds like it's all we can.
okay. I'm gonna name one thing that I thought, was really healthy and really good. Cucumbers and tomatoes on our salads, high in lectins. The skin off of tomatoes and the seeds are very high in lectins, and cucumbers are high in lectins. Now, the reason I need you to understand this, and you can download this free off my website. I'm going over this list, over the live stream, but if you want to have it in hand so that you can look at it and study it and get it into your lifestyle, change your lifestyle, you can download it for free. It's no cost. I've already put it on there. I got the list of foods that are high in lectin, foods that do not contain lectin. Okay. So, but what I need you to really understand is why lectins are bad for you, because they're going to cause tears in your mucosal lining, in your intestinal wall. So you have all these holes in your
Mhm.
intestines. And what is causing leaky gut is like where the the gastrointestinal tract has these holes in it, and as a result, the bacteria and toxins, the bad bacteria, are leaking out, and toxins are leaking out into your bloodstream. And what that does is causes your healthy cells to start mutating. And so they start breaking, dividing up, and they multiply, and that's what causes cancer in the body. So
So
toxins,
something as simple as a stomach ache,
yeah,
something as simple as a stomach ache can be a result of eating foods that are high in lectins.
something
That's
as
the
simple
gut.
as a stomach ache. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I'm gonna get here foods that are high. Now I'm gonna leave those.
Mhm.
Um, I'm I'm gonna let you go to the website and look for the foods that are high in lectins and fruits. I have all the fruits that are high in lectins. I have processed foods that are high in lectins. Did you know margarine, milk, pasta, rice, bread, and cookies are high in lectin? Flour. Oh my God, it's just so many things. I was like, when I
What's
came back.
left, Denise? I'm still waiting for the 5 foods that we can eat.
Okay, so that's just the grains. Let me see. Let me go to some good stuff. We got oils and nuts that are high in lectins. Oh my God. It's a okay, so these are your lectin free food list. And
Okay,
and
listen up,
and
you guys.
okay, so lectin free vegetables are going to be, besides leafy greens, most sorts of cabbages, are native to Europe and low in lectins. So
Cabbage,
cabbage
okay,
and leafy greens, okay, are low in
okay.
lectins. Algae,
Greens,
which is called nori, artichokes, arugula, asparagus, basil, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, carrots, cauliflower. And a lot of people don't like the broccoli, the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts, because they say, it gives them a lot of gas and bloating and things like that. But give your body time to adjust to that. Just do a
adjust to
little
that.
bit, because it's probably that your body has too many harmful lectins already in it. So you have to kind of go through
Yeah,
a detox. And so then start putting the good stuff back in there. So the things that I'm naming right now are good sources that do not contain the lectins. So Brussels sprouts, carrots, cauliflower, celery, chicory, Chinese cabbage, chives, um, fennel, garlic, Jerusalem artichoke, kale, leeks, lettuce, mint, mushrooms. Um, I have a product called Mushroom 10X. I love it because it boosts the immune system like 100 times. So it's a really good,
Okay.
what they call beta glucans. It has a natural beta glucan in it, natural beta glucans, and it's like 10 different mushrooms. But I take it every day to keep my immune system built up. Mustard leaves do not have lectins in it. Okra, olives, onions, pak choy, um, parsley, let's see, radishes, salad tips, sauerkraut, seaweed, kelp, spinach, Swiss chard, watercress, white and red cabbage, lectin-free fruits, avocado. Oh, avocado is a good healthy fat.
Yay!
Yes,
Yes.
I love avocado. Healthy fat and high in potassium and lectin free. So eat the
Yeah.
avocado. If you don't like to eat the taste of it, put it in a smoothie, mix it up with some of these lectin free fruits and vegetables.
Mushrooms, avocado
Yeah,
mushroom. Oh yeah, you can make a dish with that.
yeah,
Some cabbage. Yeah.
yeah.
Mama,
And
you hear that?
blueberries.
That's Thanksgiving.
So Thanksgiving. That sounds good. Make a nice little what is a casserole dressing with all this,
Yeah, yeah.
avocado, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. I made a juice, a smoothie this morning. I make my smoothies with this avocado, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. I do that all the time. Raspberries,
Okay.
citrus juices, citrus fruits, not the juices, but citrus fruits, lemon juice. Okay, and then this lectin free nuts and seeds. I know I'm going fast and you guys can't keep up, but go to naturalorganicu.com, create an account, then you can go to Dr. Duke's Holistic Guide and download this for free. For
Okay.
free. So you don't have
Okay.
to sit there and try to take notes right now and get overwhelmed. You can download it and then you can see for yourself.
And
Let
share it with family and friends.
Please
Help get the
do,
word
please do,
out.
because
Yeah.
we have so many people that are just bombarded. There's more cancer now than I have ever seen. It's been rampant for years, but you have to remember, that they raise money for cancer research, and I'm not putting down the medical field at all, but they're really just designing more meds to treat cancer. Because they're not designed to cure you. Like I said, they're just
Right.
treating the disease and not trying to cure you.
Exactly.
So they're creating more
Helping your
medication,
body tolerate it. Yeah, just helping our
chemotherapy,
body
all that stuff
tolerate
that
it.
just
Yeah.
kills your
It's
microbiome.
scary.
Yeah, it kills your microbes in your stomach,
Right.
in your intestinal lining. So you have an imbalance of healthy bacteria and bad bacteria, and mostly that bad bacteria is taking over, and that's what comes out through those, when you eat those legumes, things like that, those lectins,
Uh,
that you have the holes all in your gut, and all that bad bacteria is coming out into your bloodstream and getting into your healthy cells and causing
and
cancer and
I
other.
thought I was doing good by trying to eat more lentils, girl. Buying lentils and trying to make lentil burgers and lentil.
Yeah,
That's
I
got
know.
the
I did too. Honestly, I did too. I'm just as shocked by some of the things that I found out. And like I said, this is backed by science and medical doctors that have, studied this stuff, but they have gone to the holistic side because they are tired, of seeing the clients of customers. Yeah, that's what they are, customers.
yes. Somebody said they want the
It's not a
insurance money. Yeah.
yeah. A
Yeah.
patient cured is a customer loss for them. So, but some of the
Yeah.
doctors are just tired of not seeing any results, that people are getting worse and worse and worse, and they're having to put them on more medications, and more medications, and nothing is working to help them. So a lot of them are now going over to the other side, but a lot of them, are being threatened with their license being revoked. They honestly told me in the seminar that doctors can, if you have cancer, they will actually, it is a felony if they do not recommend radiation, chemotherapy, and and something else to you, it's a felony crime if they do not recommend chemotherapy, radiation, and it's another medical treatment that they do now for cancer. So they have to recommend those things, because if they do not recommend those things, they can be charged with a felony crime.
Wow.
So that just shows you how our system is set up.
Wow.
Medical doctors.
This is why it's important to do your own research and to read this is why I'm offering this. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And you can't put a price on your health. Denise, we have less than 10 minutes. Can you please answer this, Iselina's question, working alongside Dr. Sebi and knowing his way of living? Can you share how connecting to the earth after an alkaline cleanse fast?
Can you share how?
I guess the whole dirt thing. I hear that, putting your feet in the dirt and gardening, being connected to the earth.
What? Yeah, it's a magnetic field. See, our bodies are energy. We're energy beings. And so when we connect to the earth, barefoot on the grass, in the soil, and putting our hands in the soil, but mainly our feet are conductors. And so we are actually connecting to the earth, and, we hear people talk about, talk to your plants, they don't necessarily talk back, but they are listening, they're listening to us, talk to the trees. I talk to the trees all the time. I talk to the grass because they're alive. They have a spirit, and they are alive and they're listening, and they want to be there to help us to grow. So yes, connecting to the earth, the magnetic field, it just surrounds our bodies and helps us to heal. It helps our bodies to heal. So yes, getting out in nature and walking barefoot on the grass in your backyard, front yard, wherever in the park, wherever you feel comfortable walking barefoot. It is very good because there is the earth has a magnetic charge. 432 hertz frequency is the frequency that the earth rotates on naturally. And so your body has an energy field as well. So yes, very important, Miss Taylor, very, very important, my sister queen. So just to kind of name some of things, lectin-free nuts and seeds, flax seeds, I put those in my smoothie, hemp seeds, pecans, coconut milk, Brazil nuts, pine nuts, pistachios, psyllium, sesame seeds, and walnuts. Lectin-free oils, I got a list of those on there, so you can go and see those. Avocado, cod liver. I cook with avocado oil. Do not use olive oil. Do not heat up olive oil. It changes to a very toxic chemical at high heat. So do not use. Now, only use extra olive oil if you're using it on a salad or you're drizzling it. Fish is on here. Yeah, lectin-free fish is anchovies, butterfish, carp, clams, crabs, halibut, lobster, mackerel, mullet, oysters, prawns, salmon, sardines, scallops, seaweed, squids, trout, tuna. Lectin-free meats. There are lectin-free meats.
Okay.
Now, the thing about this, when you do lectin-free meats, make sure that they are not fed, and try your best, because we don't know if we're being lied to or not, but try to look at clean meats that have been not fed with corn, grains, or treated with antibiotics. Okay, so you're following, it's going to be chicken, turkey, duck, goose, pheasant, pigeon, quail, ostrich, pork, lamb, deer, elk, wild boar, grass-fed beef, bison, prosciutto. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but anyway, so those are some very good, I can name 2 or 3 of those that I would eat, and pork, surprisingly, is on that list as a lectin-free, even though I don't eat pork, but it is on that list. So, but just again, read the labels and make sure that they have not been fed corn, and
that's why they say farm wild salmon. It's better than
Yes,
farm raised.
wild caught salmon. You want to
Wild
do
caught
wild
salmon.
caught fish
Yeah.
and things like that.
Okay,
And
Denise,
then
we got less than 5 minutes. We got to do the giveaway. You guys,
there's a lot of stuff on here, but go to my
yes, and
website.
someone's asking if you had herbs for sale. Go to Naturally Organic You. Yes, she does.
Yes.
Anything that you
Yes.
need.
I tell you, the best thing that you need to get, is for immune boosting, especially with the flu season coming up, is get that mushroom 10x. Mushroom 10x is amazing stuff. I'm telling you, you will feel like a new person taking that mushroom 10x every day. And then, of course, the plant proteins, doesn't have lectins in it. Plant proteins is made from the chlorella.
And that's what you're giving away tonight, correct?
Yes, that. And I'm also giving someone the bioplant minerals, which is the sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root. That gives you your iodine.
Yes.
Everybody should be taking this. If you don't buy any other product, take the bioplant minerals. Ours is pure, pure, pure. And I say pure
Tag
because
5 people. Tag 5 people.
Tag 5 people.
Let us know when you tag 5 people. I'll put your name in
and
the
I'm
drawing
sorry I couldn't get everything in there tonight, but you guys, please, my website is loaded with so much free information. You can even download my free book, Alkaline Food List book. My book, Slave Food. It has some really great holiday recipes that are plant-based that you can substitute out. If you want to try something new for your family for Thanksgiving. Yeah, so slave food, an African American epidemic is it has, like I said, I put the problems, but I also give you solutions, always giving you solutions to you.
You know what I think for next month, maybe we'll just have a Q&A. We need to do this over again and give them time and you time to get more of that information out in the list. So the next one, I'm going to actually download the copy and we can share. I know some are happy to hear that cabbage and greens, and greens and salmon and mushrooms. And so you can have a good meal.
Yeah.
You can still have a really good meal. So Isolina, she's tagged her 5 people. Yay. And she says, please bring her back. We will. Dr. Dukes is on every month. She's on the last Wednesday of every month. But you also speak, Dr. Dukes speaks in other places, right?
Yes. Yes. I do meetings for churches and I do conventions. I travel and do convention meetings and things like that. So go to schools. I work in the schools and teach, do seminars in the schools and workshops and anywhere, I'm needed. That's where
I'm honored. The other woman, I'm honored that you would grace us with your information on this platform. Honored, honored, honored.
Oh,
For those of you who don't know, Dr. Dukes and I went to high school together. We went to high school together. So this is so this is wonderful. So I see. How can we connect to her? Go to Naturally Organic You. You even do consultations, right?
Yes, they're free. The consultations are free. You just have to set up an appointment.
Okay. Set up an appointment. It's just that easy. Isolina, she's commented a lot. She is definitely on.
Because I'm nonprofit. Even my nutrition company, Naturally Organic You, we're all nonprofit. And we take our profits and we help to establish food deserts. To eradicate food deserts. That is our goal across the United States, so that is our whole goal as we, sell the products. Our money goes, majority of our funds go to help to eradicate food deserts and provide nutritious foods to communities that just don't have access to fresh food and vegetables and things of that nature. So when you support us, it's a win-win-win for everyone,
And I am a customer of hers. And like I said, the minerals, what she's giving away tonight. And I see Dr. Winborn is on. She said it's in her cart, in the cart waiting. She was a winner for 20%. So she's waiting for her code to get her discount
I thought I gave it
And
to her.
okay, well,
Did-
inbox her, message
Yeah,
her or
inbox
something.
inbox
Yeah.
me, Dr. Winborn, if you didn't get your code, because I thought that I emailed it, texted. I don't know, but
And
yeah.
Isolina is the only one who did the 5 tonight. So Isolina needs to email you her information to support at naturallyorganicu.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can do it to Natural Organic You. Actually, you can just send it. If you're on Facebook, just go to my page, Denise.
Messenger.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
Messenger,
that's
and
easy.
send me your email and and your information. And so
Okay. Good.
and I'll get back with you, phone number and email, whatever, and then we'll text. And
Okay. Well, wait a minute. Deborah did the 5 too. So we got 2 people who did
So
the
we have
5.
2 people that won. So Isolina, she did the first one, so she gets the BioPlant minerals. Yay! A free bottle.
Yay, congratulations.
BioPlant minerals.
You're gonna love that. You're gonna love that, honey.
And who else did the
Deborah.
Deborah, hi. You get the plant proteins complete.
Oh, good.
Plant proteins complete. This stuff is powerful, really good. I mean, everything we have on there is so honest.
Everything is. You know what? It is crazy to go on. It's like, okay, I want that. Then you look on it, you can tap on it and see what's in the back, what's in it, and the benefits of it. You want everything, but you are right. That minerals, what you're offering tonight, that's a good basic to begin with. That's good. So you guys, we got to close. Thank you guys for joining us tonight again. She'll be back.
Remember, lectins are not your friend.
Lectins are not your friend. Go to naturallyorganicu.com and download that information about all the foods that you can find that lectins are in, that is tearing us apart, that is destroying. It all begins in the gut. Yes. That's a show in itself, the gut. It's just, anyway, we could talk forever. So the 2 winners, Isolina and Deborah, inbox Denise or email. It's just easier to inbox with the information, right? The 5 people.
Or you can just send it to support@naturallyorganicu.com.
Okay.
Just leave it like that.
Okay.
Support@naturallyorganicu.com. And send me all of your information so that I can put your order in and send it out from my warehouse in Utah.
Good. Okay. And say thank you, Dr. Denise. All righty. Thank you, Dr. Dukes, for joining us again. You guys should be back next month, the last Wednesday of each month. And please go to her website. It's just full of information. It's full of information. And we want to thank her for continuing her education so she can continue to educate us so we can do better. Because they say when you know better, you do better. You're supposed to do better. Okay.
Well, thank you, Lavenda, for your show, and making this platform for so many people. And I just appreciate you so much for the Other Woman magazine and Candy Publishing, and just, your consistency in helping people. So I really appreciate you. And, we just give you a big, big salute and just say,
we're going to salute each other and just keep doing what we're doing just to make a better world, make a better world. Okay, you guys, we could talk for another hour, but we are going to let you go. Thank you for joining us tonight. And remember, tomorrow morning, you can get the digital copy of Don't Judge Her Journey. And for our advertisers, readers will be able to click on your website in the digital format and go directly to your website.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I am excited about that. So you guys, we'll see you next time. And thank you again, Dr. Dukes. Thank you so much. Oh, I got to acknowledge my my sponsor, Attorney Allen.
Thank you, Attorney Allen.
Yes, thank you.